Well, hi everybody, and welcome back to my channel. Today is Friday, March the 28th. It's the last day of our no spend week. We made it every day this week without having to go to the grocery store. I went shopping right out of my pantry, saved over $70 by using the food that I was able to find in my pantry, refrigerator, and freezer, and then using the spices and things that I already had as well. So on our final day today, I did kind of hurt my back last night. I just turned the wrong way, and so I'm not really feeling like doing a whole bunch. So I'm just going to throw my potatoes in the oven, and I should probably tell you that we're making beef stew today. So I'm using some home canned tri-tip, and I have some potatoes left over from our previous grocery haul. And so I'm just gonna roast those in the oven and get my meat in a pot. All I have to do is just roast the potatoes and add them to the beef stew. I have some rice that I've got thawed out. So it's gonna be a really quick and easy meal. Not to mention that we still have some steak left over from yesterday, and we still have some of the chicken and bean filling from our quesadillas from Monday. So we will be eating all of those leftovers this weekend, I mean. So I'm gonna get the potatoes chopped up and put in the oven, and then I'm gonna go take a shower. Okay, I'm just gonna quarter my potatoes. I'm using 5 potatoes, and I have 5 still left over that I'll use for another recipe. Probably this weekend I'll use those up, as well as any of our leftovers. Actually, I think I'm gonna go and just cut these a little bit smaller. I have my potatoes all cut into bite-sized pieces. I'm gonna throw these in a 400-degree oven. Really, they're going in like my air fryer, and I'm just going to set that timer for about 30 minutes, and I'll check them when I get out of the shower. But we want them pretty much cooked because this recipe is just gonna be a dump and go. So it's not gonna require a whole lot of effort. So just get those potatoes roasted. If you don't want to use roasted potatoes or fresh potatoes, go ahead and use a can of diced potatoes for your beef stew. These are the potatoes that I have left over. There's 5 of them in here, so I'm just going to put these in a paper bag. All right, I'm going to get my jarred home canned beef into my little Dutch oven here. So we're just going to get this open. Great seal. And I'm gonna get this poured into my Dutch oven. All right, so into the pot it goes. There is a lot of water. That's what it looks like on the inside. All right, we're gonna get this out of here. Oh, it smells so good. I don't know about you, but I love home canned meat. I love grocery store canned meat. I especially love like a deviled ham. Whenever I travel, especially when I drive home to California, even when I go to Montana, I like to keep a box of crackers and a couple cans of either canned chicken, like the deviled ham or the deviled chicken, and a couple packets of like mayonnaise and maybe some relish, so I can, make a little salad or just have some, just a quick snack on the road. Another way to save money, not buying food through the, fast food restaurants when you're traveling. But, sometimes you just can't help it. Okay, to my meat, I'm going to add my spices. I'm going to add, this is just a mixture of chili powder, parsley, garlic, and I think a couple other things. So I'm just gonna put some of that in there. This is a mixed up salt season. I'm not sure where I got this. I think I may have gotten this at a farmer's market. And just for shit and giggles, I'm gonna add some more garlic and onion powder. And then I have a couple of these that I need to use, so I'm gonna throw these in here. Actually, I think I just need one. I'm not making a whole bunch, and I like my beef stew kind of more on the creamy side than the watery side. And then I like to serve my beef stew also with rice, so that's another reason why I didn't put a whole lot of potatoes in my beef stew. Okay, so this is what the beef stew is looking like now. I don't even have the fire on. I'm just gonna go jump in the shower. The potatoes are cooking. I still have 2 of these cartons of broth that I'm gonna have to roll over into another recipe, so we didn't use all of the ones that we got in our pantry shopping trip. So remember that even though you're buying groceries, you know, you're probably not gonna use everything that you buy for the whole week. It will most of the time roll over to the following week. So I won't have to buy, in fact, I haven't bought chicken broth in quite some time because I have a lot of these little chicken broths. They come in a 4-pack. At the store at Walmart, I saw them on sale for $5 for a 4-pack, but at the time that I got these, I found them at the grocery outlet for 99 cents for a 4-pack. These were 99 cents a piece. These were 99 cents for a 4-pack. So I was grabbing like cases of these, so I still have a bunch. My potatoes are done roasting. I'm gonna just dump them in your pot. Stir everything around till it's nice and combined. I also added a couple tablespoons of nutritional yeast. We're gonna bring this to a boil, and then we're going to add some flour and water, just a little bit, just to thicken it up, and then it'll be ready to serve. I'm gonna serve mine with a little bit of rice on the side and a slice of bread with some butter. If you have any kind of vegetable, go ahead and throw that in now. I don't have anything left. All I have is some romaine lettuce and a couple habaneros, a few stalks, I think, of asparagus, but I don't want that in my beef stew. I'm good with just the meat and the potatoes. Okay, we're gonna bring this up to a boil and I'll bring you back. Now that the beef stew has come up to a boil, I'm gonna add my flour and water mixture to thicken it up and make it nice and creamy. I still have some chicken broth and bone broth, so if I need to add a little bit more, I can. But this is looking good because I'm gonna have rice too, and I just like meat, potatoes, and rice, honestly. But because of the no spend week, I don't even have carrots, not even shredded carrots or anything to throw in here. So this is how our beef stew is looking right now. I did throw some toast. I sliced up the bread that we made the other day, and I just buttered it, put some garlic and onion powder on it, and some Parmesan cheese. We ate all of the Romano, but we have plenty of Parmesan cheese. We have plenty of Monterey Jack cheese too. So those are toasting, and our beef stew is almost done. All that's left to do is just heat up the rice, and then we can eat dinner. And here we have our finished beef stew with our home canned tri-tip. So some of it is shredded, some of it's in chunks. I had some red potatoes that I roasted, and then I made some garlic cheese bread from the remaining loaf of bread that we made, I think Tuesday. All right, let's go ahead and give this a taste, and I'll tell you my thoughts. All right, everybody, we are done. Friday is over. We made it to the end of the week without going to the to the grocery store one time, even though I ran out of milk, cream, and half and half. I went to go make my coffee this morning, and the half and half was bad. It just was, I couldn't even do it. So I had some heavy cream powder in my refrigerator, so I attempted to make some heavy cream out of the powder, and it just didn't taste the same. So my coffee didn't really come out the way that I wanted it, so I've just been drinking hot tea today. So we didn't go to the grocery store for a week. We saved almost over $70. I did add a few things to my meals, like the pork for our spaghetti meatballs, which tacked on, $5. So between $70 and $80 for 2 people. It's just Amato and I. We don't have any kids that live with us. So about $40 a week for the 2 of us. And we still have some food left over. So you're not going to eat all of the food that you buy. So let's go ahead and see how everything tastes. I did make a few pieces of garlic bread toast with some of the bread that we made the other day. So that's just about gone. It's really simple. I didn't have to add salt to anything. I just added, what did I put on there? think I just topped it with like some cayenne pepper or something. I do have a little bit of rice that I warmed up. I mentioned that I like rice with my beef stew, so I just take a little spoonful and put it in there and then just mix it and try to get a little spoonful of everything. What I like about the home canned meat is that some of the meat is shredded, some of it's still in chunks. It's just gonna melt in your mouth. It's so tender and juicy. When you can meat, it retains, the fat is still in there, all the meat, the juice is in there. So that's where a lot of the juice came from. I only used 1 8-ounce carton of chicken broth. I didn't use the other 2 like I planned. I was gonna use all 3, but I think it would have made it just way too liquidy. I kind of like mine a little bit more creamy. This is the meal that I've been looking forward to the most. I just don't make this enough or more often. But if you have vegetables and, you know, carrots or green beans, I guess maybe I could have thrown in a can of like green beans or something, or corn, but I don't really like that in my beef stew. I'm perfectly content with just meat, potatoes, and rice. But if you have vegetables, go ahead and add those in there if you have access to them. I didn't this week, so. Well, I'm gonna finish my dinner, everybody. Thanks for stopping by and watching my video. I hope you all have a fabulous weekend, and I'll see you in another video. Bye.